All your investments will be completely burned if you invest in these coins. What kind of coins? Now you will find out everything. This video will give you a complete understanding and protect you from nerves, wasted time and money. I won't delay, let's go. Shitcoins are coins that have no real project behind them and often have close to zero value. Scam is a scam aimed at defrauding money. In crypto, most often this is a project that collects money from investors and then simply disappears, ceasing support for the product and all its endeavors. Shitcoins and scam projects are not the same thing. Shitcoins can last a long time and even show growth, but you risk that your investment will end up in a coin that is worth nothing. Example: almost any meme coin, since they have no application and have near zero value. And scam projects will scam you once. They will simply steal your money and disappear, never appearing in the news again. If you want to distinguish a real project from a shitcoin or scam, here are the signs you should pay attention to. The project has a real product or service. Many scam projects exist only on paper or in the form of beautiful presentations. The team doesn't hide itself. Projects that want to deceive you will most often not show the team's faces or reveal any information about themselves. And the real project team will try to be as transparent as possible and leave the full names of team members, photos or even links to their social networks. Realistic promises. A scam project, the purpose of which will be to take over your money, can show beautiful graphs of income growth for many years to come. Name a 3-digit annual return that you will receive consistently every year and make many other promises. It's important to turn on critical thinking and evaluate whether the promises of the project are realistic or whether they are trying to deceive you. And finally, the last point is not aggressive marketing. Often, even white projects use aggressive marketing, especially in anticipation of a token listing or other significant events. Therefore, this point doesn't always work, but from it you can understand how long-term the project team's plans are. She spends the entire budget on advertising in order to pump up the price of the token now and be left without a budget for all subsequent years, or she spends the budget evenly, rarely resorting to aggressive marketing. The latter teams are clearly thinking long-term. The points I have listed are important to understand the intentions of the project. Here is a striking example of a scam that occurred in 2020. The Plus token project promised investors high profits due to a unique trading algorithm. In fact, the project turned out to be a pyramid scheme that operated for 2 years. At some point, payments stopped and the project scammed all its investors for more than $2 billion. As a result of illegal proceedings, several leaders of the scheme were arrested, but most of the funds were never returned to investors. For beginners, crypto is a wild west with a huge number of traps and temptations, succumbing to which you can lose all your capital. If you want to protect yourself from various kinds of scams, pyramids and better understand how cryptocurrency works, subscribe to our Telegram channel. My team and I know how to make real money in cryptocurrency without exposing your capital to excessive risk. We deal only with white projects, share useful life hacks and answer your questions. Subscribe. Well, let's move on to white projects and figure out how to distinguish a project that will give you X's from a project that, despite a good product, is unlikely to ever succeed. As an example, I want to give the BLT token. This is a coin of the Blocktor crypto wallet. At first glance, the project looks promising. It has a real product in the form of wallet application for the phone. The project enters into partnerships with major brands and writes on its Twitter about plans for development. But what could be wrong with this? Why, with such good input, the project hasn't been growing for 2 years? An in-depth analysis is required to understand the reasons for this situation. Usually, if a project doesn't take off, there are a number of fundamental problems that are behind it. Low quality of the product or lack of updates, low activity in the official communities of the project, lack of partnerships and integrations, as well as a lack of competitiveness of the project and the lack of unique functions that the projects could offer. The blocked wallet from our example has some of the above problems. First of all, the lack of significant updates or innovative features makes the product less competitive compared to others that quickly adapt to market changes. Also, low activity on social networks. Sometimes several months can pass between publications on the official Twitter account. All this makes the project uncompetitive, and the likelihood that in the future you will be able to make X's on it is extremely low. I hope that with the identification of the coin's prospects, it has become clearer. Now let's move on to the question: if the coin has already fired even several X's, and only now you notice it and intend to buy it, will quotes continue to rise, or will the project face a rollback? In fact, this question is very complex, requiring good knowledge of the market and in-depth analysis. After all, sometimes even analysts and market gurus do not agree on the future price movement and may speak completely opposite opinions. But if you do start to independently analyze the token, you should study the following factors. Read news and information about project updates. Study what's new has been added to the product in the recent updates and what they want to implement in the near future. Often the introduction of important functions into a product, such as the appearance of a new utility in a coin or the conclusion of partnerships with large partners, can boost the price of the token and continue its growth even after receiving several X's. Subscribe to the official project communities on social networks, study the information in the latest posts, the size of the community, and ask questions. In small projects, you can often ask a question directly to the team working on the project and receive a detailed answer. The first 2 points are key factors to which they should devote the maximum amount of time, because in the cryptocurrency market everything changes too quickly and it's simply vital to keep your finger on the pulse. And if you want to receive brief news about the state of the market in order to be able to quickly respond to changing conditions, subscribe to our Telegram channel. And I move on to the next point for independent analysis of tokens. Study the project documentation and its tokenomics. Often there you can find important nuances that will affect the price in the future, such as an increase in the total number of coins that will occur in a month due to the unlocking of coins from the team or early investors. The infusion of a large number of new coins will dilute the price, and the cost of one token will decrease. It would be a good idea to study the project team and their previous achievements. Most often, this information can be found on the official website. Study historical token price charts to understand the current status. Is the coin trading at all-time highs or just starting to recover from a fall? Research your competitors. Compare the capitalization of competing projects and the functions that similar projects offer to understand whether your potential asset lags behind other competitors, or is at the forefront, bringing new ideas to the market and being the first to implement new functions. Study macroeconomic factors, where Bitcoin and the traditional stock market are heading now. All these things are interconnected. Following the fall of the stock market, you can often see the fall of Bitcoin, and after it, all other altcoins. To summarize, just try to understand what contributed to the growth of the project in the past, and what specific factors may affect growth in the future. From my recent cases, I would like to share with you the history of the analysis of the TON token. I bought it in October 2023 for $2. At that time, the price seems too high. The project had already given 2x and was at local maxima. However, after analysis, I found out that in coming months, the project should release several large products. The TON payment system, the TON DeFi platform for creating decentralized applications, and the TON bridge, cross-chain bridge. I bought a token for the idea of future expansion of the ecosystem, and it really grew, spawning hundreds of applications within Telegram. Now the token is trading at $7.5 and I earned almost 4x on this. The video is already ending, and finally, I would like to share some useful tips with you. So now we understand how to distinguish scam and shit coins from real and high quality projects. We also learned how to analyze the potential of a token. What to do next? I have prepared for you tips in a blitz format on how to keep your capital intact and your nerves in order. Firstly, always conduct your own research. You already know how to do this. Don't trust influencers and the project themselves, who will tell you how innovative and unique their product is. You need to check and filter all the information received. Secondly, don't forget to diversify your portfolio. Even if your investment is small and doesn't exceed $200, $300, divide it between 2-3 coins instead of investing everything in one token. This will reduce the risks. Third, keep your finger on the pulse and follow the news and general trends in the market. Fourth, follow basic security requirements. Do not follow links from Google or Yandex search results. Do not connect your wallet to little-known DEX applications that you do not trust, and if possible, store your assets in a cold wallet. Lastly, be prepared for volatility and have an exit strategy. Do not make impulsive transactions that may be caused by your emotions. All decisions must be made with a cold head. It's normal in crypto when the price of tokens can fall by 50, 70 and even 90%. You must get used to this and experience at least one such fail in order to understand everything on your deposit. At this point, I want to draw a line and thank you for watching this video to the end. I will be glad to receive your subscriptions, bells and thumbs up. Watch other videos on my channel, and if you still have questions, ask them in the comments. Avoid coins with a dubious reputation. Be sure to do your own research and keep your finger on the pulse. The topic is not simple, and one video will clearly not be enough to reveal all the aspects in detail. So subscribe to the Telegram channel to better understand all the intricacies and be the first to receive important news about crypto. Well, that's all I have. Good luck with your investments and productive research. See you very soon. Bye.